Alright, this is Jay, uh, here with another wonderful set review. It's a wonderful set review, I'll say that. So here we got Ethan, uh, Falco main from Tallahassee versus 119 Kenny Lee. Kenny Lee is a god, plays Marth, as you can see. Definitely on the come up. Both of them are actually super on the come up. I think Kenny Lee in general has an advantage for uh, the season. And I think overall, I'm not completely. Yeah. I think overall, I remember looking at stuff last season. But Ethan's definitely like making some strides, taking some games off of some people, and doing the Lord's work. So yeah, I'm just gonna start watching this set. I got my notepad right here. I don't know how far down it goes, but when I see that it's kind of coming up, I'm gonna like scroll and stuff like that. So yeah, now actually let me. Alrighty, I'll just make sure that I don't go too much of it. So let's get into it. Okay, so stage choice is Battlefield. I definitely always go to Battlefield, but I feel like you can avoid striking there. In the sense that Marth might ban Yoshi's and Dreamland right off the bat, and then you would ban Final Destination, and you have the choice between Fountain and Battlefield. And personally, I think Fountain is better, only because you can ride the wall, which means teching when Marths do F smash and stuff. But we'll see what goes on in the set. Alright, so already, let's check out how you got grabbed there. Okay, so you came down here. I'll say if there was no reason to shine there, because there was no way you were going to like get the shine hit, especially a Marth who's able to like space his grab like pretty alright. So I'll say that just real quick. Don't shine unless you hit him. You got off. Alright, so he didn't respond to it necessarily the best way, but let's check to see how he dealt with the shield drop. He did this, and the shine missed. Did the grab. Okay, so already good information. He took a swat at you. We'll say Kenny Lee. Sorry. P-form. Attacked. Top plat. Good to know. We'll keep it in the background for now. But usually whenever that happens, whenever I get on a platform, I try to look at what they did like in the last 2 or 3 times and like see, so that as time goes on, I know what to do from top platform. You got a hit and you didn't really convert off of it, which is fine. For now, I won't talk about punish game. So you landed right next to him after doing, I think, a double jump in center stage. So that, first of all, I'll say that double jump is dangerous. Try to avoid that. I'm gonna look later on in the set. If I see it more, I'll like kind of actually say something about it. And then, let's see, laser. Okay, so punish. We'll talk about punish. Punish game is weird because it's not necessarily what's happening in hit stun, but more so in between hit stun. Whenever they have a chance to move and you're right next to them, you have the ability to hit them, or you have the ability to like make them with you or something like that. And it all kind of comes down to punish game because it's like the general game sense of like what are they gonna do? How are they gonna like the idea of like DI also, where it's like, ooh, I can catch him doing this, so I can like combo with a different move here. So I'll start talking about a little bit a punish game. I'll start with this in the beginning because it's relevant now. So right here is the first relevant moment. When they're in shield, paying attention to what they do afterwards is a good way to start up getting your punish game while they're shielding. In the sense of, if they respond to pressure in a certain way, you can get like really good punishes off of that. Specifically in this case, he moved out of shield first, so your first thing should be like, if he's in shield, wave dash is like an option that exists. I personally would have double jumped and like tomahawked with an up tilt or a grab there, or maybe even a shine. But tomahawk is really nice because you get a grounded move out of them thinking you might have like done an arrow in the first place. So the next place where that's relevant is like right there, where you kind of had an advantage of positioning, just like you did before, and you didn't take advantage of it. That's kind of the only reason I brought up the other thing now. So I'll say, when in advantage, don't feel like you have to back up. Sorry, to be safe, we'll say. When you play against people like me or like Kyle or something like that, we'll definitely try to take advantage of when you're in an advantage and be like, oh, you think you can attack here and do that. But uh, with us, there's still like you still have the advantage because you're in the better position. It's just that we're gonna try to call you out for like trying to take advantage of it. Um, but that still means you're in a good spot. It's like having 4 of the rock paper scissors instead of 5, and you have 5, so 2 times that already happened. I'll continue to look at that as the set goes on. Alright, you threw out 3 down tilts. Well, 2. So the first one, you run in again. Oh, that happens. If it's more of a problem, I'll talk about it later. Okay, so you did the double dare. I guess you thought he was gonna land. Make sure you know when hit stun like ends and all that kind of stuff. I think you did the dare here. I don't know if you missed the L cancel, but it took you a while to go on. But if you got that dare, you could have like ran in and like shined him and landed on top platform, or even just did another dare or like a reverse running bear or like a nair or something like that. It seems like he just kind of got out of it and then he hit you for it, and then he hit you and then you hit him. Oh, he just missed the tech. Okay, so that's good to know though, because he straight up just tried to call out tech in place. That's something that you want to always look at. It's like if they really hard cover a tech, so we'll say recovery game, not so much like from off stage, but like when you're in a disadvantage and you're coming back. Whereas punish, I'll say, is when you're in an advantage. We'll move this down a little bit. Also, we're gonna title this game 1. Cool. So recovery. Actually, we'll say, in fact, he covered, taking place. It's very sus. Keep that in mind, I'll say. Okay, so you did that rising bear. If you got that rising bear, I think it would have sent him off stage, but you could have definitely got more. I guess that's fine. Yeah, I guess you're doing it by reaction. Never mind. Actually, I'll say this. If you jumped and try to come down with like pressure or something like that, or even used up air, even though up air is kind of suboptimal, like beatable, to attack him while he's coming here, you could have tried to hit him with a dare, possibly like jump, double jump, and then as he comes up, you dare him on the way down. He could have got out that with like a get up attack, but the rising bear and then kind of retreating afterwards made it so that he was able to get this fair. And so this kind of goes in a punish where you were kind of in an advantageous position and you chose to attack him and then retreat to center. If I was him, I would realize that you're doing this a lot. I think I even like mentioned to you earlier when I was talking to you and stuff. So I'll definitely say that after like 3 instances, he should be able to like pick up on it. I don't know if he will, but it could be that he just attacked for whatever reason. Not a bad angle. I would have also down thrown as him. Ooh, he covered you going straight down. That was a pretty good coverage, but it didn't really work out. Sorry. Something came up on my screen and it did that. Down tilt. So, good to know, though, that you're in a recovery spot. He didn't F smash this time. But he did down tilt, and then you did a roll. So, I'm just going to put roll here. And if I see you do it again, I'm just going to put an X. Just to, like, see if it happened. Actually, I'll put 1 for now. And then you fuck up, that's okay. Okay, so on platform, you immediately bared him. So I'll say you. You bear that would have been unsafe on shield. Another bear. You actually did it again. So we'll put 2. Not gonna kill. Edgeguarding, honestly, I'll just talk to you about that in person. But there, if you Marth killered, it would have, like, forced him into a pretty dubious position. And the down smash would have worked, but you had to, like... Down smash is weird. How'd you get hit by that dare? You did a dash attack. Okay, so he just covered that. Okay, so I think by this point, it's been like a minute. Neutral. You're dash attacking. I don't even use that move as Falco until like the end of a set usually. It's really fast and it's like really good up close, so I like to like save it for the end. But I'll say the fact that you dash attacked, I would have picked up on, and it's like when you're close by, maybe be aware of that. As the Marth, I would say be aware because it's like coming up a lot. How's your pressure here? So you do laser forward tilt. Whenever you do the forward tilt, you need to make it so that you won't get grabbed if it happens. And then here, he did the dare on your shield. I think if you are on time, you would have been able to get the dare. Sorry, you would have been able to get this bear, but it ended up getting you grabbed. If somebody does that dare on your shield, you have a decent amount of time. And so I think that would have worked, but if you like tried to put pressure or like dared him instead, dare would have been like, oh, I guess that would have also killed. Oh, I guess in that case I'll just say be a little bit quicker out of shield. Not really anything to say there. Okay, so you didn't shield drop punish that one, but you shield drop punish that one. So I'll say if I was watching you play, I would recognize that you're uncomfortable on plat. You need a second. That was very interesting in the corner. I kind of like it. But that was the first stock. Okay, I'm taking a long time. That was the first stock. when a Marth jumps, you can kind of just stop lasering. Well, full hop jump, you can kind of just stop lasering because you could have kind of taken advantage of the fact that he landed on this platform. I think you might have just said I'm not lasering because I didn't really see you laser too much in like the first talk. Caught him out of shield. Good punish. If you just did shine up air at the top, that would have been fine. Or if you just jumped and up aired out of the shine. I'll say that's punish game. Like right there, if you up aired instead of that shine, it would have been a little bit better. That's a very specific thing. But it would have put him in the air, and if he DI'd in, which it looks like he held to the left. I'm not sure exactly what side you hit him on. I can look, but like it's whatever. But up air is pretty good. If they DI out, they end up right about here, and if they end up in, they're right here, and you can bear them out of it, which is interesting. It would have given an extra 15. Power shield goes up. Good shield. After he landed behind me, I would have just bared because he would be facing this direction, like to the left. So after he comes down, so it's funny because before you got punished for bearing out a shield because you kind of did it late, but here I think it would have been like a better option. When a Marth comes down, you like all of their moves are like unsafe on shield except for I think like the very front hit of up air. All of the other things are unsafe by at least a frame, and your out of shield game is like good enough as Falco to like cover it. So usually if a Marth hits your shield, you either want to like grab or like move or attack because the Marth's at a disadvantage unless they space it. And in which case you can move all you want, but like they're like so far away that it doesn't matter. That was a good barrier. It covered the double jump. The exact double jump that he did. That was weird. Okay, so you caught him attacking. Um, that's good to know that he moved in at that exact time, and you happen to dare at that exact time. I'm not sure if you like read that. I don't know what Kennedy was doing to make you think that was a good option. I don't want to make that sound like it's condescending, but it hit, so obviously. Shield drop in a shield is such a funny little option. No one ever expects it to happen because they think you're gonna do something good. Alright, at low percent, you're letting him get away with stuff. So like right here, after you actually hit him, you could have shined and done really whatever. It got you a hit, but definitely know that like have confidence in what happens. If you ever get a dare and it hits shield or a person, you'll like almost always want to shine afterwards, unless like there's like, I think there you could have actually up tilted or something like that. Be confident. Actually, in punish game in general, actually, I would say that it feels like you lack confidence in what happens. So we'll see if that like comes up more. If it just feels like you're not as confident in like certain spots, not really much you could have done there. Practice shield dropping, I guess. I guess you did the spot dodge, but as soon as you saw that exact, like as soon as you landed here, you want to angle your shield to the left. So like you didn't take the advantage of like them having no stock. So as soon as you like did wave land, practice wave landing, and then as you press down to like go straight down, you press to the left so that you don't roll like by going too late, and that you don't wave land by like doing it too early. So like as soon as you press down, it's like down R left, and then you would be holding the shield this way. After that first fair missed, you could just bear him, and he would get hit out of his full hop. I guess in that sense, up here on the top platform, it's taking the advantage of the fact that they actually like picked the option that lost to the fact that you were waiting up there. Like you picked the right option, but you didn't like follow through with what was happening. So I'll say that kind of goes like online with not picking options fast enough. I would definitely see if I was playing you that like if you're on platforms that you're taking a while to actually do something, and if you land right away, you're not exactly prepared to like punish. It happened earlier in the game. I can't really. It was the one where you came here and then jumped up here and then punished from the top platform, and he up tilted your shield, which is like exactly what you want the Marth to do. But then you like either spot dodge or you just jumped up to here or something like that. And it's like if you were ready right away, you would have just like started your punish game like dare up tilt and like started comboing the shit out of him. But there you kind of you weren't ready as soon as it happened. So I'll say as soon as you land, be ready to shield drop. A good way to practice that is to just do waveland shield drops, where you shield drop out of a waveland, like buffering it or something like that. And practice doing those a lot, because then it's like you're literally just incorporating shield dropping in your movement, and so you can do it whenever you want. But it feels like here you're using shield drop more as like a tool to like position yourself in like certain places safely, whereas you want it to be more of like a this is just a part of my gameplay and a part of the game. Like it seems like it's foreign in the sense that you haven't fully accepted it in your life. Wait, let's go back a second. Oh yeah, you do this and then like down tilt or something. Weird option, shine them. If you just drop down here and shine and then re-grab ledge, if they hold left, they get hit here. If they hold neutral, they go here, and you can just do another bear, and if they hold out, they like die pretty much. You can't see my cursor, but if they go out here, they die. Here, I'll do this. Like right there, if you just like quickly shine while you're still invincible, if he up B'd, you could just get right here, up B to grab ledge, and then like punish him for landing on stage. Or you grab the ledge if he like kind of came up here. But shine is like pretty good. If they do a side B, and then you grab ledge like right as they're side B'ing, because then they have the choice of just like dropping down really low, but then you have the like shine is a pretty good option. It's rough that he had his double jump, because double jump makes it really hard to cover. That was good. That wasn't the same situation because you grabbed ledge at a different time. I'll say good dare. I probably would have done it too. But he was in the air, so it kind of didn't work out. Jump, double jump. It was kind of unsafe, but he like kind of reacted too slowly. It looked like he tried to shield drop also. Okay, so now it's funny. I was saying that you're not being preemptive enough, but at this point he moved over here, so you want to like really change your approach to what's happening. So I'll say, oh, and you also like didn't move at all. That was kind of weird, but that's good information. The fact that he like moved to here, because he in this moment adjusted to what's happening. Always when you're on platform, you want to be looking at where they are, because that's like the most important part. Like here, as soon as he started going in this direction, it probably would have been better to just like get out of shield, either move to the side platform, move, or just like come straight down and like over on this side so that you don't get hit by an F smash or anything. That happened to me a lot when I was first implementing a shield drop into my game, because I would just always want a shield drop, and so I would get hit by stuff like that all the time. Like right here, I'd just be like, well, I'm on in shield, they're gonna attack me, right? So I shield drop, and then I just get hit. It's like, god damn it. So keep that in mind. You want to shield drop. In the sense that you are wanting to. interesting coverage. It worked out. I would have just jumped up and dared here because you could have done it and then like landed on the platform by the time he's out of hit stun. It worked out though because you sent him to the other platform, which got you that dare and that bear also. Something nice about Rising Dare is that it hits people's feet a lot. I was expecting a dash attack from you there, and I think he was too, and so he started shielding a lot. He also wanted to grab, but maybe that's what you were thinking also, that like, I don't want to dash attack because I'm going to get hit. That was good. You didn't do that roll in like bad positions, but you kind of seemed to be like fine the whole time, or he like killed you a lot quicker. Neutral, you didn't dash attack as much near. I thought you were gonna break it out at the end, but it shows that that's not really a habit, so like don't worry about this at all. I'm just gonna say not available, not applicable. And then recovery, it didn't happen as much. It seemed to be mostly just like scramble and stuff, which I think I just kind of talked about that as stuff came up. FD or Dream, not Dreamland, FDA. Okay, so immediately, I think you did jump, double jump. Yeah, jump, double jump on this stage is rough because you have to know that as soon as you're coming down, either they're gonna try to punish you or they're not gonna try to punish you. And you went forward, so they're gonna try to punish you for that. If you ever end up committing to double jump, be smart about it. I don't know, like, lots of Falcos and Falcons will very much do the jump, double jump, and then, like, kind of play around that, and, like, that's, like, part of their neutral, but it's very punishable and very volatile. Like, you could do it and, like, bait out an attack by, like, doing the double jump, and they, like, whiff because they think you're just gonna land, but there you just did jump, double jump into the air, and they were just, like, he was just so close, and it's just like, well, that's a free grab. Let's look at punish game here. That's rough. If you usually at low percent against Marth, I like to do shine and then get an up air if possible. It would have given him like a good, like decent amount of percent, and also sent him up. Whereas a dare kind of keeps him in place or sends him slightly downwards, where he could have kind of punished you actually if like you were kind of on the same line as him. So if you did shine and then falling up air, it would have sent him like right about here, and then you would be in this position, which would have been a bit better for you. Against specifically people that like to run through you, doing stuff like dash attacks and up tilts are very nice. I pointed out dash attack right here. That's fine to do dash attack. I pointed out only because it's like something that's punishable and something that's like a good option. I like to look out for it when I'm playing against Falcos. But when they're doing stuff like this, you can like really disrespect them. You can also just like dare in place. When they do shit like this where they like run through you. You did the jump, double jump, and it worked out. But it's funny because I said like, watch out for that. I guess it's because he did the dash attack. But the jump, double jump made the dash attack like not safe. So you're getting mileage out of the jump, double jump. I don't know if Kenny Lee's going to pick up on that. But if he doesn't, I'll just explain a little bit more about like certain reasons why it's not the best. Okay, if anyone forward smashes your shield, you can wave dash out a shield and shine it for sure, or get an up tilt or a grab or something like that. You got a bear, I think, because he just like, I don't even know how that dash attack hit. Maybe you just drop shield dash attack. Maybe that works. I don't know. I guess it's something to like keep an eye on. All right. Something I noticed, he's done so far a lot of F smash and dash attack preemptive. He did it when you were on right here, where he had like the advantage and he kind of like pushed to attack here, and then here he has the disadvantage, and he did an F smash to cover you coming in very quickly right there. And he actually had the advantage because he's right here. He walked backwards to cover this spot, and then you double jumped over it. So it shows that when he has the advantage, he's doing things that are preemptive to catch you coming in. And so I guess you haven't been getting hit by it too much, and I'm not sure if it's subconscious or intentional, but you're doing the double jump to get around it. The thing is, if he chooses not to do that option, you're in a way worse risk-reward ratio. He did it there from a disadvantage, which is interesting. That F smash doesn't count. That F smash was to catch you coming in. So at this point, you should definitely realize that he's trying to stop you from coming in. I think I mentioned it today. What? Interesting. Definitely refresh so that when they come into the range where they can first use up B, that they, like right here is about where you want to regrab the ledge again. So like when they're right here, you want to just drop down, double jump, regrab ledge, and then you should always get that. Like when they don't have a jump, it should 100% be like dead and all that kind of stuff. You definitely like waited there, but you're also over 100, so you can press that R button early as hell. Ooh, the first laser forward tilt was good, but the second one was not. Alright, stock's gone. Alright. At this point, he's playing very linear. The fact that you're at high percent and he's just throwing out hitboxes, so you do not want to jump in the air, because that's what's going to get you hit. Or it's the easiest way to get hit. I won't say that's necessarily how you die. That's rough. I think you definitely shouldn't have got hit there, based on pressure. Let's see. You buried their shield, and then he just buried out a shield. Yeah. Pressure. Shield pressure. You want to catch them trying to come out of shield. And as Marth, they're either going to move or, like, roll. So, like, I guess up tilt or shine. Maybe not shine, because you were kind of, like, far away, I guess. You weren't too far away. Watch shield pressure, I'll say. Because you did something similar in the first game as well. I'll say this. I don't think you've grabbed him at all. I think you might have grabbed him once. But he's definitely kind of shielding a lot when you're doing this stuff. Like right there, if you could have grabbed, right there you could have grabbed, right there you could have grabbed also. They're just like little spots where like he's kind of like stuck in movement, like a laser just hit or something like that, and you didn't really capitalize as much as you could have. You could have also kind of hit any of those things that you kind of went for, but grab is a lot easier, and you can just do up throw and then try to like up air them out of the lasers. Not something that's like completely great for the meta, but it's like there. So you did the jump, double jump, and he read it wrong, like the spacing wrong, and I think if you did a bear in that position, you would have been fine. Yeah, right there. But you did a dare instead and it got you hit. Okay, I'll say that. there are certain spots where you pick the right option. Actually, I'll say this, where you pick the right option, but don't follow through. Usually, when something like that happens, it's because they see it's a good option and other people do it, and then they get to that spot and they don't know why it's good, so they end up not actually following through with the whole thing. So like there you did the jump double jump, and if you just bared him out of it, you would have been fine. And then like earlier you were hitting him with lasers while he was in the center of the stage, and you did 12% in all, but you hit him with like 3 lasers, and you could have got like 3 different punishes, but you kind of didn't recognize that you like had the full advantage for what was happening. So the next time it happens, I'm gonna like just say what you could have done. Assuming it happens at all. If not, I'll go back. Interesting. So, whenever I want things to hit better, I would usually just spam a high dare, and there, I think a high dare would have worked out better. Whenever people are moving around, I'll say I like using high dare more, because they can't ASDI down that shit when they see that you're coming forward. Right there, he teched in, and you kind of shied away from the entire thing. Right there, that laser kind of screwed you over. If they're in like teching or something like that, don't laser most of the time. Like there are times to laser, like let's say he teched right here and you lasered to kind of hit right here, but otherwise you could just attack tech in place or tech like in or something like that. Essentially saying I'm gonna give up on tech away, I'll just take the 3%. But like he landed right here and the laser kind of just gave him a shield or something like that. And then you did like a very high nair, which is kind of awkward. Kind of just got you grabbed. Not really a big. Okay, well he F smashed you. I was gonna say not really a big punish. Like all I did was grab you, and I think you DI'd kind of bad. But the laser kind of screwed you over because I think it put him in shield way sooner than you thought. Actually, ignore all that because I think you probably understand that the laser was just not the best idea. Something cool to do, spam high dares. Just jump with dare, like short hop dares, and throw it out as soon as you like leave the ground. If they start shielding it a lot, like in between stocks, then like start grabbing them. But like he's kind of just moving and he moves through you. If you just threw out a dare there, it would have been like a little bit better. Something in between stocks, mostly on this stage, but it's weird. Alright, so you had a big ass advantage, but then you move back to center stage here. So here's what you could have done. I'm guessing you jump, double jump. Okay, so you did that. You did the jump to bait out the grab, but instead of trying to actually punish the grab that you baited out, you went back to center stage. So in an alternate universe, you did the jump and you got grabbed out of it, and he kills you at 0. Let's say that's like the worst case scenario for like what could have happened there, is you did this unsafe jump that was like just outside of his range, that it kind of looks like he could like punish, but he can't. But in this case, he can because you like misspaced it. And so the risk that you have of doing this little short hop right here. So you do that bear, right? And he does this spot dodge. You're dashing away, so you're not really at all ready to cover whatever his response to this is. So let's say he grabs, which I'll say is like what he probably should have done, or like if he thought it was an unsafe bear, he would grab. You want to punish this. This actually goes back to punish game here to like right there. Punish. I actually I'll just talk here. I'm not gonna put anything down. Here you hit his shield, and you should think, what has he been doing in shield? And he hasn't been doing a lot of aerials out of shield. He's been doing mostly like movement out of shield, or like I guess here he rolled, and he's also been shield grabbing like a decent amount. So like here you bared his shield, but the way you responded is by like jumping back with a tomahawk and then running forward again. Now, if you did the bear and expected him to grab, you could have done the bear, dash this way, and then dash back and grab him out of his shield. I'll show you kind of what that could mean. So I'll actually do this a lot. I'll bear, and then I'll just do dash forward, dash this way. I'll do it a lot as Falcon with like a knee or something like that. But you hit his shield with like a relatively safe move, then you can get away from his grab, and then go ahead and punish, throw him back off stage or something like that. Or even dare him if you like want to do that, and it like pops him up and you can like double dip him. Then you do this jump, which he tries to grab again, and you could have punished that also, but instead you decide to take center stage with laser. So I think this is more down, like due to the mentality of need to take center stage versus need to take advantage of spots. This goes down to punish game, where it's like, if you really don't think you're going to be able to like punish somebody in a certain spot, like a Jigglypuff recovering, maybe it's best to take center stage. But the thing is, when you're in a matchup like this, where like they're going to kill you in one hit, and you need to kill them like as soon as possible, then in spots like this is like kind of where the game is decided. Because if the way this goes is that he just like kills you, because all he needs is one grab, then you're kind of screwed. Power Shield down smash, that was actually crazy. There, in an alternate universe, he got a grab on you, and then you died, and then now he's 3 stocks to 1. That like sometimes the difference between getting 2 stocked and getting like last hit last stock is like a spot where they have 3 and you have 2, and they like gimp you real quick or just like chain grab easier to death. And then it's 3-1, and then you take their stock and you're like down by a ton. You did the laser, and then you kind of just like walked away. Once again, you kind of gave up your advantage. So, giving up a lot of advantages. After you dared him, you could have come in and like grabbed him. But at the same time, he actually landed into the ground. I'll say what it looked like you were going for. If it was going to work out, you should have just like went for a grab. Even though I think you could have got punished for it. But I think overall, you feel like you're going to get punished for a lot more than you should be. Falco is pretty damn good. Sorry about that. This is interesting. You did the up tilt, I would have personally up aired, and it would have been a little bit better. The forward air was kind of cool. Why'd you do that laser? He did the full hop, and then you lasered afterwards. Whereas you could have also just jumped at him, like done a shine almost, or just like jumped up, bared, dared, just kind of jumped up at him as he jumped. After a Marth jumps, either it's an empty hop where he can attack as soon as you're about to come up, which is a read anyway, or he attacks on the way up and you can just attack. Something to keep in mind. Like as Puff, I'll be like in a position like this and I'll say like, is he gonna jump? And I'll short hop, and as soon as he jumps, as soon as I see that he jumps, I'll just throw out my barrier or something like that. It looks like he caught your dash back. Marth is like a little bit faster than Falco. So him reading your dash back is like fine. I think he did a dash grab. He's very much like looking for a grab here. I don't know what grab he did, but point is he caught your dash back, which is good to know in the sense of that's a deep attack. So like deep attacks are Deep attacks are more volatile because they enter your space a bit more. It's cool though that he did it because that shows like a slight adaptation to like, okay, he's gonna move backwards at this point. So he can tell that you're moving backwards and like not really attacking when you have a good spot. Because there you had a pretty good spot, but you moved backwards instead of forwards. I don't know why he did the down tilt, but he also shouldn't have got hit by the bear there. He had like time to dash forward or like shield or something like that. Possibly even up tilt. Okay, it's good to note that double jump is working. However, it's volatile because getting hit out of it could mean death. If he had just thrown out an up air at the same time that that happened, he could have got a grab out of it and like 0 to death you. And if you're at a like slightly higher percent, the up air would have hit, and then he could have like up tilted out of that, and that could have resulted in a death because you have no way to recover aside from up B, and I guess side B if you're like horizontal. Jump double jump. You're kind of using it in the same spot that like if you just came down and bared, you would have been able to hit a shield. 119. Like right there, if you would just wait, were you turn winning maybe? That's what it was? Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll excuse that, but it's still scary. Get grabbed out of your dash back. He grabbed your dash back again. Although you didn't do it that time, so you're kind of fine. He keeps grabbing you out of your dashes, so like near the end, you're getting hit out of your movement. Backwards movement. I need to pause this. Ooh, is that dead? I'm not gonna say anything about that. But you did it earlier also, so make sure you refresh so that you don't really. As soon as they're able to actually get back to stage, you want to have your invincibility back. If you're in up B range, you need to have invincibility. So I'll say that. Also, there was something where you had a disadvantage and you shied away, but you didn't really get punished for it. I'm not gonna say anything. Okay, so you have no platforms in that game. So I'm gonna hope more platform stuff happens here. Found of Dreams, definitely. Okay, so on platforms, because you're not able to do it fast enough, he's able to like recognize that like, shit, I'm in a kind of a bad spot. And by the time that you actually do come down, you're here. Now, I think if you'd done like any other option here, you would have been fine, but you get grabbed at it. But it's good to note that a bit long on platforms to be comfortable. I said this earlier, but I'm just gonna like recognize it again because after that game of having no platforms, like the first time you get on platforms is like very important to like the rest of the game. Interesting punish. Something I like to do here is Rising Dare. I think I said it earlier, but it like pokes shields, and that would have covered tech in place, and it also would have been like a nice punish at this percent. Alright, so at this point, he should always expect a jump double jump. It's like a very specific height because it's higher than short hop and like lower than full hop. It's like you almost want to be a fox, but like you have to use both of your jumps to do it. And it's benefiting you a lot through the rest of the set. So it's hard to say like kind of stop doing it because it's like working out in your favor. And taking away that advantage would, I guess, almost not even be kind. If you had dropped through with a dare, you would have been able to hit him again. Here you have an advantage, and you shied away again. If you did shine and kept attacking, it would have been cool. Or if when you attacked here and you did the get up attack, you kind of just attacked again. But you double jumped out of there. You ended up getting the hit because he aggressed to the top of the side platform. But through the entire set, you've kind of been shying away in like positions like that. It has been benefiting you, but it's still like something to point out. Good angle. You got killed though. I think when you hit the ground, you shined. Yeah, okay. That's whatever. Good dare. You jumped and he bared, so he's kind of able to tell that you've been jumping into the air. That's a good adaptation by Kenny Lee. At this percent, it doesn't help at all. If he did an up air, it might have been good though. Ooh, he could have attacked way earlier. Good preemptive bear from the top platform. When he does the down tilts, shielding one and then daring afterwards would have been nice. But I think you shielded one and then like you try to grab it. Okay. I guess out of shield, you have to take more. You have to kind of go for it a bit faster. In the sense of, as soon as that shield gets hit, you need to like pick the option you were gonna pick because you were a little bit late on a couple out of shield options throughout the entire set. You kind of did the same thing there too, where you just kind of did a really late grab and got shined out of it. Up smash, interesting. Good covering him coming down. And that's good. So, thought idea, you can only you can only hit somebody before their hitbox comes out, as their hitbox comes out, or after their hitbox comes out. Or in like leaves and stuff like that. So like in general, over the course of the set, if you just like subconsciously watched, you'd be able to tell that he was hitting you before most of your attacks come out, which include the way that he was grabbing at the end of game 2, and then also the way that he like dash attacks and forward smashes in general, where it hits you before your attack comes out and like before you get to him. So in general, what that means is that he's going for more preemptive stuff, and if you're aggressive but patient in the sense that you make him want to be preemptive but also wait for him to be preemptive, it would like benefit you a little bit more. So what that means is implementing more options. I'll actually let you know when that like comes up. I'll show you the next time. Good barrier. If you did short hop barrier, he would have went off. I remember watching that. There he hit you as the hitbox was coming out, but at the same time, I think you could have been more prepared for that. You kind of predicted him coming at you, but at the same time, he was doing that walk away shit that all Marths do. Ooh. How'd you get hit there? Why'd you get grabbed? You did an early nair. Something that because you're kind of being safe, you generally don't attack this position a lot. And I think he might have picked up on the fact that he was hitting you a lot there. I more so noticed that you were being safe, so like I probably might have adapted by just like with punishing you a little bit more based on like what you were doing. And so he could have done something similar. I don't know what his exact thought process was. That's rough. Sered. That's the Sered special. Okay, so I guess what I would notice in this game is what did I really notice? I kind of just noticed. Let's see, you lost your last 3 stocks in like less than 30 seconds, but the last 2 were just kind of like you like fuck something up. Although the first one is more so he kind of recognized the fact that you're attacking kind of closer to the center of the stage. I guess in that sense, implement deep attacks. Parts where that happened was when you have an advantage, Marth in the corner. Attacking the corner is a strong option, although with a hefty price for losing. High risk, high reward. Kind of a meme within a few of us, but high risk, high reward. When they're in the corner, like attacking them to keep them from coming into the center of the stage is a good idea, and preventing them from jumping by like putting out bears or like double jumping to try to catch them, like jumping up to catch you full hopping or something like that, or short hopping is all good. But at the same time, if you don't actually like attack them in the corner, they can just wait there, and then if you do something like that nair, you can just kind of get fucked for no reason. The last one I'll say you kind of just like miss the grab, which is unfortunate. But that's whatever. You act a fountain. Personally, Dreamland, I'll say also. Dreamland's pretty good. I can also understand going here. I like the stage for Falco in this matchup. If you upgrade there, it might have been a little bit better. Or just jumped up and shined. Alright. I'm going to put 4 here. But I also want to see how this started. Alright. He just kind of covered the top platform. And then if you shield dropped right there, you would have been fine. Right here. If you just shielded and held to the right, that up tilt was like too close to like be able to actually like poke the back of your feet. So you could have shield dropped and like just hit him on the way down. But I think you double jumped. Or shield drop. Yeah, you did double jump, and that just like caused you to land into it. Whereas if you just like held shield, although you got hit for holding shield, but I'm saying, I guess as soon as you got here, when you landed, you could have just been like, I'm not in lag, I can just shield before their attack comes out. An upper would have gotten a lot more for him in that spot. And there, he kind of fucked up his thing. There, if you took the hits on shield and just shield dropped right afterwards, you would have been fine. Work on shield drop punishing. Sorry, work on, I'll say, punishing with shield drop. That's good. The high dare, maybe not as much. What could you have done there? That was all just out of the grab. You missed the tech on the side platform, I think. Yeah, there was a little bit of cloud. That's fine, though. I think you could have got on stage, but it would have just been another reset edge guard. If you ever hit somebody directly into the ground, you can just up tilt right afterwards. So like right there, you don't have to shield. You did it a few times earlier, like when you hit him down. I think I definitely pointed it out. This all goes in a punish game, so it's kind of hard to explain it, I guess. We'll just continue. You got that anyway. There, you went all the way to over here for no reason. This is still reminiscent of like stuff I said earlier in the set. Did that, and you air dodge to the left, maybe like to wave land off or something like that. I'm not sure why you did it. But if you just landed here and held shield like in this exact spot, you could have covered this spot with dare, and then also if he attacked you, just like shield drop dared or shield drop shine or something like that. Let me look more about the spacing. See if... Yeah, he fared you. You could just fast fell to like right here and been in like a pretty good spot. The high dare kind of got you fucked. Whenever you use high dare, you want to like cross them the fuck up. Or here, maybe you could have just... You might have just tried to do a low dare and like fucked it up or something. It looks like you're tilting a little bit at this point though. Because you're really rushing a lot of things where if you're just slightly more patient and in a position where you're kind of already pushing them, like, it's not so much that I mean, like, earlier I was saying, like, you're being too patient and you're not going in when you have an advantage, but it's more so when you have an advantage, like, forcing them to do an option or just straight up punishing them not picking an option or just, like, shielding is a good idea. Whereas, like, something like... right there is like you're kind of in a neutral position and they're in shield and you rushed it by just like throwing out a very high dare that's not that like you weren't fading back with it. You were kind of just like doing that. It was like a please shield grab me kind of thing. The only option it really covered was then like dashing in, but like I don't know. He wasn't really picking that. If he was doing something preemptive, he would have attacked you from like that spot or something. You got a kill out of it anyway, so it all works out. We could have done some crazy shit there. Oh, that's unfortunate. He does the preemptive forward smash. It doesn't really change much. If you just did short hop shine, you could have shined him and then attacked him up here. I don't know what's going to happen, though. He dies. Okay. It all works out. I guess good forward smash. Sometimes ending your combos early with F smash is, like, fine. How did you get this? He had no jump here, I believe. Yes. No, he has a jump. Even then, if they're landing right here, they have like two options. It's either to come down with a dare, which he hasn't shown to do at all, and like Marths do it, but like he specifically hasn't done it, so I wouldn't have expected you to expect it. But you took this position, whereas if you took this position, you could have sharked him with up airs, or used up tilts, or even the up smash that you used, I think, like twice so far this set. So Marth's high in the air, especially when you shine him from that, you want to like take advantage right away. You kind of came to here, whereas if you like came down, he would come down with the fair, and you could have just attacked him in his landing leg. The bear also works as well. In the end, though, it kind of just reset you to a neutral position where you hit him with a bear, and then he hits you with a fair as you kind of do this shallow dare. So like you reset neutral where you had a good advantageous position. I guess the next time we play, I'll talk to you more about like taking advantage of stuff and like different options and ideas. But like right there, if you got onto the platform and like started sharking him, it would have been a little bit better. You did that dare, and if you just landed and up tilted, I think you could have got something off of it. But you instead ran to the center. Okay, so there you very rarely actually overextend, but there you overextended because you were here and he was like undoubtedly gonna grab the ledge, or he could have even up E'd before like you got there, and you kind of just picked an option that like kind of got you screwed. If you just sat here and like held shield or something, it might have been a little bit better because you got really close and got you killed. That's okay though. You very rarely overextend, and overextension only means like you really couldn't have comboed there, but like it's whatever. I already see this dare is like really high. I would have dared there personally to get him to the side platform, because now he has his jump, and then I'm guessing you F smash. I like missed it. I guess you didn't realize he was over 100 and got gimped. I'll say this, in this spot right here, where he's here and you're here, like, you want to pick an option that, like, puts a lot of pressure on him. So, like, literally, a lot of people are gonna, like, shield here. Like, any Marth you play against, like, they'll have a tendency to shield in this position because grab is, like, such a powerful option. So, like, if you just put a dare here that, like, will be shield safe if it hits, then it would have missed because you didn't realize that he was like over 100%. And then like you still would have had the shine, or even just doing a fadeaway dare after landing the dare, like doing a dare and then double jump. Sorry, a short hop daring away. It would have like put more pressure on this spot rather than an F smash, which would have ended the stock, but it also like it would have ended the stock if you got it correctly. But the dare is like a lot better because if you screw up the dare, you still have like more options to like deal with like that specific spot. But if you fuck up the F smash and you go too early, you die for it. And if you go late, they just fall off stage again. But I personally would have wanted to do the dare there no matter what. This rising dare. Oop, I messed up. This rising dare here was bad by. If you just jumped and grabbed him out of it, you would have been fine. I don't think you've grabbed it all this set. I must have missed it if you did again. I kind of wasn't thinking to like look for it. But that rising dare should have been like free grab for me. That's like a good 20%. Why'd you drop this? You did the bear. I think if you did short hop, up air afterwards. Yeah. After doing something to pop them up, short hop up air is really nice. Because if they DI out, they're like kind of in a position where you can like cover their landing. And then if they DI up, you can like combo out of it and then also like attack them like up in the air or something like that. Because I think up air they would have been right here, and then you could have like ran this way and like covered whatever was happening. But doing the bear just doesn't really give you too much. It puts him here, and you're not really in a good spot. I guess if you landed here, you could have tried to shark the top platform, but sharking that top platform is way harder than like attacking down here or something like that. That's rough. That's similar to what happened earlier. Like you just down smashing a little bit on the wrong timing. I don't think I have to say it, but definitely work on your the fluidity of your shield drop movement. That's rough. An air dodge. Okay, so alright. I think I have a good idea for kind of what's happening here. So when you're in an advantageous position, you tend to not really take full advantage of it in the sense of you don't threaten the option of I'm gonna attack you when you're in a bad spot. Like if you play Reese a lot, whenever you're in the corner, it feels like he's gonna dash attack because he does it like all the time. And so he would very, very much benefit from not dash attacking and instead picking options more similar to what you're doing. Where like if he doesn't dash attack for a second, you're like, fuck, I'll just go in. And that's when he uses like defensive options. Well, if he were to use defensive options. And so like for you, I think if they ran in more when they're in a bad spot, you would just be like more attuned to actually like cover it, and you're more in the correct spot to cover it. But he didn't really do that too much, and he kind of waited a lot. And Marths do it; they'll like shield at the thing or whatever. And you did the jump double jump. You actually kind of stopped doing it a little bit more near the end, but it was working out for you. But I don't know, it kind of took away a little bit of an advantage. It felt like the entire last game you were like coming from behind, even though you were like in the lead the whole time. Um, So yeah, when you're in an advantageous position, you need to threaten the options that get you killed, such as naring somebody's shield. But like that's kind of just like practicing shield pressure and like being more comfortable with just like beating somebody that's spamming shield grab. If you play like Surret a lot, you'll definitely realize like, oh shit, if I like don't get shield grabbed, I can just wait for him to throw out like attacks and then try to punish those or something like that. Or like if you just ask me to like try to shield grab every time like you hit my shield, then I'll just try to shield in spots where it's like weird to put an aerial and then try to shield grab it. And the trick is you should never get shield grabbed unless you're like a low tier character or like a Sheik going for some like mix up or some shit like that. Or a Marth going for a mix up. But like Foxes and Falcos shouldn't really be getting shield grabbed. They should always be able to get out of the way pretty much. I guess Falcons get shield grab. And pretty much only Fox and Falco can like avoid getting shield grab. And I guess Puff, because you can always outspace. So keeping this in mind, you need to push your advantages and be more confident when you have the advantage. Because let's go up to the top. I like talked here, like when advantage do this, like it's very good. And then also when you're on a platform, you spot dodge a lot, which shows I think you have the confidence, but you need to also have like the tech skills. So that's like something to practice. I'm down to like do like a tech day practice where we just keep on practicing tech. I can like tell you stuff. But it seems like that's kind of what's falling behind for you at the moment. Whereas um, before and like up to now, I was talking a lot about neutral, but now it seems like your tech is kind of uh, like you're playing safe and you're doing fine, and you're not really getting punished for doing stupid things. You only did a few things that were like maybe not as like careful, but like now if you had like the punish game to like back it up, you would be able to like it would really benefit the fact that you're picking good options a lot more if you're able to just like kill people out of it. And also when you are in a spot where it requires some tech to get out, like there were times where Kenny Lee was doing safe aerials. Let me just get a picture of the stage. Uh, where you'll be standing up here and he'll be doing aerials that are unsafe and you can just shield drop punish. Your tech needs to like catch up to the fact that you've placed yourself here. It's like you're able to form your hand into a rock. Sorry, you're able to know that like rock is a good option here, and so you're picking it, but you're not actually forming the fist. I think I said that very early. I don't remember, but the thing is, oh, here it is. There's certain spots where you pick the right option, but you don't follow through, and I don't know if it's like a tech thing or like the mindfulness, but there's definitely a lot of spots that if you like look, you'll see. Damn, I could have just pressed the C stick to the right here, but I pressed it down, and it would have worked. It could have been like a controller problem because I know that happens to mine, but like there's that. So like the biggest things. I'll actually write it down. The biggest things. The first is following through with the options you're picking. breaching the tech barrier. And there's different ways to practice. Like if you there's like the old 20XX where you can set a CPU to spam like grab whenever it happens. I could like get you that because I like have it and stuff. But that'll make it so that, oh, they're shielding in the corner. Well, I'm very happy with attacking a shield and stuff like that. There are also times where you shielded when you had the advantage. Actually, I'm going to put this in here because that's true. You shielded when you had the advantage, and you could have just attacked. There were a lot of times, and I remember saying each time, where you could have just shined or even up tilted, or like you knocked them down and you shielded just like, I'm just going to assume they're going to get an attack, which they did sometimes, and sometimes you actually just like got away with it. Maybe you got away with it every time, I just don't remember correctly, but there's that. Shield dropping after their attacks. That's just another, like, you picked shield and you know how to shield drop, and they pick the option that loses to it, so you just have to do it. And I can't really, like, that's all up to you there. And then, jump, double jump. I'll say it's such a good, like thing, like just jump, double jump. But a good way to get around that is just by doing the short hop and then putting out a bear, or just tomahawking in that position. Whereas jump, double jump does kind of cover a lot of stuff, and I'll definitely do it too. But it should be kind of used more as like a mix-up option, where it's like a very specific height where you come down way faster than a full hop, and also you avoid a lot of attacks that short hop dodges. But you don't really want to pick it early on in the game because of how volatile it is. So like you could definitely like jump, double jump over like a Marth fair and then come down with a dare and like punish him out of it. But like you could also have just held shield in that position, which might have gotten you grabbed and put on a platform. But like getting grabbed and being put on a platform is way better than just getting up tilted out of the sky and then possibly just F smash for no reason. Well, not for no reason, but just for the fact that you jump, double jump. Find options to replace it, such as bear, like short hop, and then like waiting for however long you really want to wait, and then bearing, and then shielding, because options that you're trying to jump over with the jump, double jump can just be like shielded because they're usually like high aerials that are like covering your short hop, and then you like block it and then like bear them out of it. It's a great option. It's wonderful. Use it more sparsely. I'm not saying like don't use it because it's just fucking great, but like it's definitely something you want to use a lot less, because if somebody picks up on it, like that's just a stock and that's like it. It requires one. I definitely realize it after like a game or two of playing with you. It's just like, oh wait, you do it here in a lot of positions. Let me think. Oh, it's lasers. I'll tell you later, actually. There's like, I didn't really talk much about lasers in this set, but alright, we'll just delete that actually. Edge guard. Refresh more often so that they can't get back if they don't have a jump and can't reach stage. Let's see, I think those were like the biggest things that I saw, where the jump, double jump was like a neutral option that was like working out for you, but like you could definitely find different ways. Following through and like being a lot more confident when you like have the advantage, and even when you have the disadvantage, it feels like you're a lot more shaky, and it's like, I'm in a bad spot, I need to get in a good spot. But like finding what options could work there will definitely help you out. I remember telling you today that like picking a deep attack to cover them like trying to bait out some shit is like good. And also, oh, I'll say this. Recognize when the opponent is hitting you. Preemptive. Same time as attack. Whiff punish. Something to always look out for. Because usually when I play, I'll look for platform stuff. But something I don't realize until like midway through like the first game of playing is like, okay, when are they actually attacking me? Like, are they hitting me before my attack comes out? Are they hitting me like outspacing me? Or like, are they just waiting for me to throw stuff out? And so recently I've been realizing like, oh shit, people are hitting me preemptive because I'm just spamming shield drop. But it's like, here, he definitely hit you with a lot of just strong options because he would just think you're coming in and attack. And if someone's being preemptive, they're more open to whiff punishing. And if they're trying to only whiff punish, they're a lot more open to preemptive if you're able to call out when they're gonna do it. Outspacing is really weird, and it's also like the hardest. So for now, like don't even worry about that. But if they're being preemptive, you can like really use that because their position becomes a lot more like transparent when they're being preemptive. And so Kenny Lee was being a lot more preemptive in this. And so at that point you could have realized, okay, I can either be like super preemptive and like hit him or just like wait for him to throw out a dash attack or like a forward smash. Which is hard to do against Marth because their range is so large, but like Falco can definitely do it by like throwing out a bunch of random dares or like up tilting in place pretty much. Um but the thing is, you have to do that like in the middle of the stage, whereas I feel like you like to stay over here and stuff like that. And then also preemptive falling from like platforms because he definitely would like wait and then jump up at you, and then you would hold shield until he threw out his attack, and then kind of like miss the punish afterwards. I feel like you didn't get as much off his shield drops as I believe you're capable of. So yeah, there is that to the set. It's unfortunate that that happened. Also, tactically, with a Marth gets up from the stage and holds shield, they're gonna grab, so you know what option that they're gonna pick. So like that's like perfect for like practicing tech, like just following through with like, okay, they're gonna hold shield, well I can like attack them, and if they try to shield grab, I just punish them. You can do the mango where you do shine, dare, fade away with the dare. When their grab comes out, you just F smash them afterwards. Oh yeah, that's that. Like if they pick the option of grab, like punish it because you picked the option that made them grab, so like do it. So there's that. Okay, that's my set. Sorry that this took a long time. I was trying to keep this like under an hour, and it ended up like an hour, like 25 minutes. So yeah. This is Ethan versus Kenny Lee. My set review.